Hey everyone, welcome to our premiere episode of Inside the Garage with IMS. We're partnering with a bunch of community garages in and around the United States to give you the tips, tricks, guidance, skills, and knowledge so that you can begin wrenching on your motorcycle in the comfort of your own garage. On this episode, we're going to head over to our friends at Skidmark Garage and they're going to walk us through step by step how to replace the clutch pack on a vintage Honda.
I'm Greg, welcome to the garage. Tonight I'm going to replace the clutch on my 74 CB550. So I've got 7 fiber and I've got a 6 steels, a new set of springs. The kit I bought also came with a really nice gasket. These fibers, it is a wet clutch, so the fibers need to be soaked in some oil. I've got some oil sitting down here. I'm sure when I pull this cover off, I've probably still got a little bit of oil in there. It'll drip down in. I can soak these just while I'm working. We'll see how it goes. And this is a 12mm bolt on the top of the brake assembly here. And you can see the little red spring that I've kind of laid up above. That is connected to the rear tail light. I've already disconnected that. And here we have a 12mm bolt on the top of the kick assembly, and that'll come out, and this will pull off, and you'll see I keep bumping into this stupid foot peg, and I should have taken it off first. But you know, I'll get to it. I like to try to keep everything together if I can, so I'll reinsert this 12mm bolt into the kick assembly and set that aside. This is a 14mm nut and a 12mm nut for the clutch cable. You'll see here there's a little spacer that goes sort of with the kick assembly. It's stuck to the case right now, but I pull that off and I just slide that right back onto the shaft for the kick pedal. Another thing is this little pin that slides in right there. It's got 2 balls on either side. That little pin goes in before you put everything back on. And I'm going to take a photo of this. You can see the outside fiber is wider. You can see the teeth. These teeth are not quite as wide as those other teeth on there. This one is the last plate that you put on. This plate right here holds the basket and springs together with 4 10mm bolts. I got a little snap ring right in here. So I gotta get that snap ring off. Got a washer here too. I don't want to lose. That little guy goes on before the snap ring. This guy, this is the guy that goes right on there. That's what fell off. I was trying to figure out where that came from, but we found it. We got it. Inner basket out. And then we got the thick. We got steel. We got thin. We're going thin. And one of our new steels. Thin. New steel. We got a thin. One last steel. Now we got our last thick. So you're gonna see here that I'm a little confused and worried. And this is why belonging to a co-op is so awesome. You're always gonna have somebody nearby that knows more than you do, and they can help you work through some of these issues.
Yeah, that's the way this goes on. This goes on. This goes
on here.
This goes on the input shaft of the transmission. It gets
and then
out,
that's
right?
pushing out.
No. Look. See this right here?
Yeah.
See how they're all together?
Uh-huh.
So you got to remember that the springs are taking from this point to this point, and they're holding.
Oh, and they're pulling it.
Yeah.
They're pulling it towards.
We're looking at it wrong.
Okay.
We're looking at it as it's slack because there's not the spacer in here from the nut.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so when the springs pull this thing in there, the springs will pull this together. And, if we look at it like this, and we have those springs pulling this thing together, the pack is tight.
Gotcha. Bring this over to the camera. Now you see that gap right there? That was worrying me. I thought that I had bought the wrong plates and steels and fibers, or the steels and fibers. But that gap right there, when you put this on, the springs are pulling the whole thing this way. So as that plate pushes down, it pulls all those up, and I'm not gonna have that gap anymore. And you'll see that everything fits nice and snug. Slides right on. Now, you got a little washer, real thin washer, and then you gotta get this snap ring back on. Snap ring. New springs go on. Now you got your 10mm bolts. These 10mm bolts only get about 9 foot-pounds, I think. So you do not want to over tighten these. Just seat them, make sure they're tight, but do not over tighten. They will snap, and it will not be fun trying to fish that back out of that basket and run to the hardware store to get new bolts. So just be aware of that.
So there you have it. Remember, whenever you do any work on your motorcycle, be sure to double or triple check your work. If you're unsure, ask someone who has more experience than you do. If you have any questions or would like to see us cover additional topics on future episodes of Inside the Garage with IMS, leave those in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and follow us on social media for all updates pertaining to IMS, our tour schedule, and programs that we're running in the off-season. Until next time, ride smart, ride safe, and we'll see you out there on the road.